It's I, Dizzy81 from Playback Gaming, and I'm coming at you with another video. It's about a subject that is very vastly talked about throughout this industry as of late, and some people like them, some people don't. Maybe you've heard of them. The remade, the definitive, the remastered, the HD edition, and no, we're not talking about a Capcom DLC for Dead Rising. I'm going to start this off. I'm not an expert, nor am I going to pretend to be an expert. I just want to give you an opinion, my thoughts on what these can do and what they can do against the gaming community. So, unless you've been living under a rock, you know, Tomb Raider, The Last of Us, recently Metro Redo, Grand Theft Auto 5, Sleeping Dogs, and Resident Evil are all going to be remade. Some of these are on a closer release date than others. I believe Metro and Grand Theft Auto 5 are going to be released this year. But these are games that have been redone, uplifted. They got the whole Joan Rivers treatment to try to make it look prettier. In some cases it may work, in some cases it might not. Some things that I think that might work are the fact that all of these consoles are their new architecture, and yes, they've had dev kits for months and everything, but these are going to allow the developers to play around with the architecture and get familiar with the coding that they already know. It's going to make it less expensive, and it's going to be less likely for them to screw it up, so that whenever we do have new IPs, they're not going to let us down as gamers. You know, I know that The Last of Us, they're using that for the next installment of the Uncharted series. Gamers, they're going to be able to have their favorite games, and they're going to be able to look better, you know, and that's like a knock on wood kind of statement right there. So if you've never played them, you get an opportunity to go ahead and play them and see what all the fuss is about these games. Plus, it's just recently into the life console, the life cycle of these consoles. It's going to give them an opportunity to build a library with classic IPs, things that you're familiar with, and things that you know that you'll probably enjoy. How often do you get a game and do you beat it multiple times? I'm pretty sure that we've all done that maybe once, twice at the minimum. But there are also a couple of things that are against that, you know. We don't get a completely new experience with these new generations just yet, so really we've spent $400 to $500 to play prettier versions of games that we could have done through an equivalent spec PC, and plus the PC ports are typically less, they cost less to the consumers whenever we buy them, typically. Plus, you never really know how much time and resources each developer are spending on remaking all of these games rather than on the new IPs. So, those are just a couple of my thoughts and everything on them. You know, maybe you agree with them, maybe you don't, you know, just, you know, let me know below, you know. I do want to give a big shout out to my Playback Gaming partner, Bella Rise. As many of you have come across her from time to time, I know that she gets affiliated with a couple of other YouTubers. I don't consider myself a YouTuber, I just like doing this stuff for you, but I wanted to make sure that I give her the biggest shout out. She's my partner at Playback Gaming, and we do everything that we can to make sure that we have the hottest news for y'all to, you know, go out and check out on. Also, I do want to give a special shout out to Jeff. He knows who he is, and remember to get out of here with that fanboy shit. We're going to make that a slogan for us. So what do you think about these remade, definitive, remastered, HD edition versions of games? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this, I would hope that you would leave a nice big fat thumbs up, as well as a subscribe button. I can't talk, you know, it just happens. But anyways, gamers, happy gaming.